Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 93 of the TTV Podcast. That's right, we have returned after a 3-week hiatus.
It's been so sad and depressing and
busy.
Yeah, we've had a lot of other stuff going on besides the podcast, like Lego Movie and Toy Fair hype,
It was.
and other assorted things. But we are back, and we are ready to go nuts with another exciting episode. I don't know.
That was the most boring way to say that. We're about ready to go nuts with another exciting episode.
It sounds like you're trying to. You are attempting to describe the latest Die Hard movie. We're gonna go nuts with explosions.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool, guys.
Cinematic explosion.
Everyone prepare for epicness.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10
gold
Michael
star.
Bay cinematic explosions.
Wow.
10 would record again.
Before this spirals too far out of control, let's
10
introduce
out of
ourselves
10.
to those that may have forgotten who we are in this 3-week absence. I'm Meso.
I'm Frodobell.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi. I'm Venom.
I'm Viper.
And I'm Farathorn WorldCrusher.
Yes. Today we are joined by the one, the only. You know him on YouTube as Frodobell, creator of the only, to my knowledge, TTV fan series, ELJAY'S Epic
Get
Quest
out.
for Mangosteen. And he
What?
has decided to grace us with his world-crushing presence today.
That's
Ladies
you?
and gentlemen,
That
Farathorn
was
WorldCrusher is here.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I want to be in this episode anymore.
Publicly released TTV fan series.
I don't know if I should be proud that we have a fan series or disappointed that it's only about LJ.
Hey,
I actually have mocks of each and every single one of you except for Keeney.
Wow.
Oh, well, Keeney's pretty forgettable, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
I gotta
Yeah.
say right
So,
now,
he's on here for one episode and gone for 6 months. So
Yeah,
I'll
pretty much.
say it. I'll be the first to say it. That is very commendable, and we appreciate that highlight. But I'll
no,
also say
you appreciate
that's
it.
creepy. Hang on. That's creepy as beans. Why do you? How did you get a mock of every single one of us? That's close. to
Probably
how
because
we
they're nothing
actually-
like
They're
how we
all
really are,
mature.
like me with my Picari.
Well,
Yeah.
in the confines of the ELJAY'S Epic Quest for Mangosteen story, all of you are Matoran who run a newscast called The Three Virtues, and you live
Sounds
in a couple
accurate.
of different villages. It's 10 years after the fall of Makuta Pterodax. And so, yeah.
I tried
You're
to make
Matoran.
Mangosteen. I really honestly tried to see if Greg would allow Mangosteen to be a canon element, but I didn't actually go, could you make Mangosteen a canon element? So I'm
No.
glad to see.
Well,
Some-
there are a
something-
lot
He-
of things.
No, he probably did
that-
like a sarcastic laugh, like, no.
LJ shut down by Greg.
Yeah, no,
They did like the
I-
whole Spider-Man thing when he's can't remember his name. He's the boss of the Daily Bugle. And he does that laugh, and he's like,
Oh, J. Jonah Jameson.
Mangosteen! Ha ha ha! No.
Greg Farsty is J. Jonah Jameson.
Wow.
editor of the
Wow.
Lego Bugle.
Well, okay.
The Lego Bugle.
Before this spirals too much out of control.
You said that already.
Exactly. It holds true. Let us move on to the first bit of topical news we have today, and this one's a big one. Okay?
Is it?
Is it
So
really?
prepare yourself. The Lego Movie 2 already has a release date.
This must not
That's
happen.
right. It has a release date of... What is the date?
May
May
26th.
26th, 2017. So
that's ages away. The end of the world could hit by then.
Yeah, seriously.
3 years
17.
from now.
That is so long.
Now,
Good. They'll have plenty of time to develop it.
yeah, that's the good thing. They're gonna have a lot of time to work on it, make sure it's good.
It better be good.
The flip side of this is that the same people are not going to be writing the sequel. It is going to be written by different people. So
I don't know about that.
because the writers are going to be writing and directing the theatrical Ninjago movie.
Oh,
Oh.
that's cool.
So my reaction just like, oh.
That's exactly how mine were too.
No,
Yeah.
mine was just like, it went in
Now,
a downward
hang on.
spiral.
I have some bad news for anyone who holds any hope for the sequel. It's going to be that we know who is going to be writing the screenplay, and those
Oh,
are
yeah,
two
you
people
told
known
me.
as Michelle Morgan and Jared Stern. Now, I tried looking up Michelle Morgan, found nothing. Jared Stern, on the other hand, doesn't have as clean of a rap sheet.
But LJ, did you Google
And
it?
as soon as
I'm Googling it right now.
Do you want me to end up putting your body like on just a large spike out
No,
in front
yeah,
of the
yeah,
TTV
yeah,
law
good point.
office?
I immediately
Farathorn will be like the
So,
husks from Mass Effect 1, which I
This
haven't.
is how you treat your fans, LJ. This is how you.
Yeah, he made a
But I mean, he
fan
has, a,
series.
he has a
about
good
you.
point. No wonder you didn't find any results. You didn't freaking Google it.
I opened up my Google Chrome and I went to Google and I typed into that Google.
Yeah, okay,
So,
here's what she's done. She's done,
Jared
middle
Stern.
nowhere,
Okay,
girl most likely, two wrongs, and KIT.
Never heard of any of those things.
Never
Any
heard
of
of
those
any
are
of
any
them,
of them.
and they sound pretty terrible.
Alright.
But she is an
They
actress
sound
too.
now-
She was in Saved by the Bell and CSI Miami.
Okay, I've seen Saved by the Bell, and I've seen CSI Miami.
Heard of both of
Who are
those.
you?
Jared Stern directed, or at least wrote, The Internship and Mr. Popper's Penguins.
He
The
also helped
comedy's
with
going to be
Wreck-It
so
Ralph.
bland in this movie.
Mr. Popper's
Wreck-It Ralph,
Penguins.
which you're kind of missing, but Wreck-It Ralph is also a very good.
Wait,
Oh.
he wrote Wreck-It Ralph?
He didn't write.
I haven't watched
If you
Wreck-It Ralph.
Googled it, you would know that, LJ.
Wreck-It Ralph.
He what?
Interesting.
I said if he Googled it, he would know that.
I never saw Wreck-It
But
Ralph.
I
No,
have
no.
watched Miss Popper's Penguins.
I was a
Comedy in
little-
that was
I was a little
boring.
disappointed in Wreck-It Ralph. Just a little bit. I like it a lot.
It
Yeah.
wasn't no
No,
Lego movie,
I
that's for
get you.
sure.
Yeah, because like they advertise the cameos like the cameos in the Lego movie, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're like, oh man, Sonic gonna be here and Bowser, and they just really short.
Yeah, you
cameos.
thought that movie was gonna go all over the place, and it really didn't. That was pretty much
Yeah.
the disappointing part. It was a good
Well-
movie. It just, anyway.
Because
kinda-
I do not have any hope for Lego
Yeah,
Movie
with
2.
that sort of limited mindset
Yeah.
that this guy has, I don't want.
I have
With
some
this,
hope,
like-
but I'm gonna have hope. I'm not gonna be super pessimistic for the next 3 years and be like, this is gonna suck.
But
But
then again, this
I
is
don't
the
think it's
voice of
gonna-
optimism right here speaking.
Yeah,
So-
that's also very true.
Alright.
But some
Basically-
hope has to be kept. I just don't think it's going to recapture the same kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Like, here's the thing. Are all the ones he's provided, quote unquote, additional story material? I don't know how far that goes. All the movies that you would probably consider good movies, there's Wreck-It Ralph and, what was okay. Princess and the Frog was also really mad. But,
Well,
the
wait,
one that
wait,
he-
why was it
the
mad?
ones that-
Okay.
It was a
it's
Disney
like a
movie.
New Orleans Drive. I know, it was also like right
But
before
Kai,
Wait,
New
what do you got
Orleans.
against New
the
Orleans?
Resurgence.
Mardi Gras.
But all
Yeah,
those he has
exactly.
actually written.
hello and welcome to Mardi Gras, Kai.
All the ones he's actually written though were Mr. Popper's Penguins, The Watch.
Yes.
The Watch was pretty terrible, and The Internship. The Internship was actually kind of okay. It wasn't too bad, but it was also kind of bad.
So between you and Viper, you've seen these movies.
yes,
Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Oh, I've
All it
actually
is
seen
is
The
penguins
Watch.
pooing in people's faces.
Okay.
yeah, I know.
cool.
I hate that.
I actually saw
what?
The Watch. I thought it was pretty funny.
Did you think The Watch was pretty funny? I didn't think it was that great, but I kind of like The Internship a little more. But that's because it's about Google, and I love Google.
I swear.
Google?
I am going
I wake up in the morning to my Google alarm, and then I bow before my Google altar. and then I eat my
Google glasses
bowl
on.
of Google-O's,
Google O's.
and then drive to work in my Google card at the Google facility where I work on Google Chrome.
TTV
If you
episode
find a
93,
G, a
LJ
L, or
versus
an
Google.
E in the cereal, you can win up to £100,000.
I swear.
Which is completely useless to most of the people in this call.
Hail to the great King Google,
Okay,
for
I see.
he'll
This
lead
is
us
exactly
to our
how it's
victory.
gonna go down. It's gonna be just
Prodigy
like the
compora tu
It'll
silenzo.
be just like
Google
the
Skynet.
All of a
Google.
sudden,
There
all of a
is
sudden,
one holy
everything
search
you know will be turned
Google,
against you.
and it's holy
Google will
search.
turn it
Google
against
Skynet.
you. And we're
LJ,
gonna need
LJ.
Four
You realize
ninja that are very
Americans are
possibly
obsessed with
offending
freedom. They have a really
historical
stupid
history.
obsession with like
Oh, no.
over amounts of
Oh,
freedom,
no.
even though they never even though they never hold to it. I'm pretty sure they would never let Google take them over, especially when there are people like you.
No,
Let's
I'm pretty
hope
sure
there
there
isn't
Google
people
taking
like
over.
LJ.
LJ is the
you
last
see-
hope
I hope
for
I feel like
all of
they're
you.
gonna die.
Let's hope the people
Here,
that are
I'll
people
say
like
this
you
right
would
now. There
become
are
extinct.
there are a lot of people like me, and I'll say it right
hope
now,
not.
they are definitely not as smart as I am.
Yeah, they're smart.
Okay,
That's
Oh,
not-
you don't even know how to work a freaking
Well,
computer.
shots
I had to
fired.
teach you how to get your
Shots
mic working
fired.
before the
What,
episode started.
LJ?
It's destabilizing. So Lego Movie 2, guys. So
Anyway,
Lego Movie 2.
For anyone listening, context of this, LJ doesn't use Google.
yeah.
LJ hates Google.
But anyway, you see,
Uh,
the thing is, there are a lot of people like me, and a lot of them are actually very, very intelligent, and they don't use Google either. But you watch. This is exactly how it's going to play out. One day, it's just
Did
going
you
to be...
just say they weren't as intelligent as you?
Obviously,
very
that's
high
not
bar.
saying very much.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
like I
like-
said, I had to teach you how to use a mic before you got on this
Can you
podcast.
imagine what you just
No,
said?
you didn't have to teach
Everybody
me
that
how to
hates
use-
Google is stupider than I am.
You see...
What you
yeah,
just
but
said.
Kahi, I don't know, I don't think I've known anybody outside of this house who
That's
is
stupider than you
misused
are?
and got and wasted money as badly as you have, and got
Well-
gypped every single time.
Well,
So Lego Movie 2, guys. Let's
Lego
get
Movie
back
My
on
too,
track.
money has been very well spent.
So,
For instance,
Yeah,
going
very
to the
well
with
Lego
Lego
Movie.
Movie 2, you see, for those that have seen the
I'm right,
movie,
you're wrong, you're wrong, I'm right, blah, blah, blah.
for those who have seen the movie, it is a very controversial topic as to whether a sequel is even warranted. I'm in the camp
There's
that
always
says
going to be
no.
a sequel to a successful film.
That's true.
I don't know what I feel though, because like, the Lego movie ended on such a good note, like it had such a good resolution that I can't honestly see how they could have a sequel and keep, the
Yeah.
first movie with its same impact. It seems like no matter what, if they have a sequel to this movie, it's going to ruin the first movie.
Yeah, if
Exactly.
you want to know why, the ins and outs of all that, we talk about this more in depth on the Lego Movie coverage in the spoilers section. But that was before a sequel was
Yeah.
actually confirmed. Now it's
I
been
wouldn't
100%
say-
Now it's
confirmed.
confirmed, and like, I don't know what. I don't.
Um,
It's like the only way I could see it working is with a very smart script. And not to say anything, I don't think the guy that wrote The Watch and the Internship can provide the smart script that we need to carry the Lego movie, especially after such a good turnout.
Yeah, I can't. There's nothing from these two that they've hired that would lead me to believe that they could
Yeah.
write a script good enough.
Yeah.
I could be pleasantly surprised, but so far I am very, very pessimistic.
Yeah.
about
Well,
it.
Yeah.
it's always underestimate someone, and when they actually do good, then you basically get high.
Well, okay.
What?
I was gonna say,
You basically get high.
Oh, oh, Viper. You never
and
see.
it's hard just choking on
You
oxygen.
get what I mean.
Yeah.
You get what I mean. You are surprised in a
No.
good way.
He's hysterical, that's what he is.
You sound like the
You
Wicked
basically
Witch.
get high.
That's because he is.
He's like,
Anyway, but no, I
No.
honestly,
Yes.
though, very quickly, the Lego Movie sequel was confirmed about 4 days before it came out.
Wait, really?
Well,
Yes.
kind of. Warner
Ev-
Brothers had They had said that
Everybody-
they wanted to do a sequel. So.
Everybody forgets this. It was confirmed there was going to be a sequel before it premiered.
Well done.
That's unusual.
Well, I just want to say,
I
like,
don't believe this. I thought it was still a rumor.
I don't think the quality of the sequel will really ruin the first movie. I love the first movie. I don't care what they decide to do with the franchise. I'll not stop loving that movie. It's not going to make the movie any worse. But I gotta say, I gotta pretty much agree with everything else that you guys have been saying. Like, I don't think it'll really hold up to what the first movie had to offer. It's like if you try to make a sequel to BioShock Infinite. It just won't work. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's like the
company shut
Hoodwinked movie series. The second Hoodwinked movie made me want to go die in a hole, but the first one has me laughing every single time I watch it.
Wait, there's a second Hoodwinked movie?
Yeah,
Don't
there
waste
is.
your
Hoodwinked.
time with it. It'll ruin the first one, or it kind of ruins the first one. But if you just forget about it, then the first one's fine. But don't waste
like
your
you
You've been
time.
hoodwinked, baby!
Or like,
I
what-
there's no
I love
Matrix
that
2
movie.
and 3.
or like, yeah, it's kind of like the Matrix. It's kind of like what Kai said before. It would be like,
kind of like with like the first Saw. You know, the first Saw.
I believe I was talking.
Sequel.
It's kind of like what Kai was saying before.
I don't...
It's like making a sequel to Inception.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. They made a sequel to Inception. Oh man, I would be. No. Okay.
I wouldn't imagine a lot of our audience watches Saw, Viper.
Yeah, that was a
It
terrible
would
example,
be if
but
That
they
is a
announced
terrible
a sequel to
example.
Inception and Chris Nolan was not attached to it. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like to me now. It's like we're doing another Inception movie and Chris Nolan is not involved in this in any way, shape, or form, and you're like, oh no, why would you do this?
Yeah,
Because
overall,
Google.
standalone.
Google
Overall-
funds it. You watch.
That doesn't even make any
That
sense!
really
Shut
doesn't.
They
up!
fund it.
but
So
anyway,
we're 18 minutes
LJ's
in.
like the aliens meme. When he wants to blame
We-
something, he just goes...
We are 18 minutes
Thank-
in, and we have
thanks,
talked about
Obama.
one topic. So let's move on. Okay. So next
No.
up, I want to update you all on an issue that we have spoken about for quite a long time, and we have an update to give you today. You may remember, a long time ago, we made a video about the platinum Avohkii. And it was basically me, LJ, and Keeney picking apart the dude that was selling it on eBay and talking about the worth of the item, analyzing it from a collector's standpoint and how much it would actually cost to make,
I remember that.
materials of the platinum and everything. And we determined that anyone that bought it for that price on eBay would be getting ripped off. Well, someone's bought it.
are you
That
serious?
person was brought to us.
I do not believe he ended up paying the full amount. I think he struck a deal. But for those of you that are on BZ Power, you will know that over the last year or so, probably a lesser amount of time, a member by the name of Mask Collector has been campaigning to purchase the Platinum Avohkii by auctioning off his entire Bionicle collection. And apparently, not only was he able to actually get the mask, but he was able to get the mask without selling most of his collection. He still has a good bit left.
Oh,
And
Good job.
this is fantastic news. This is the ultimate Bionicle collector's item that has now made it into the hands of a BZ Power member. This is cause for celebration and cheer. Hooray!
hooray!
Hooray.
It's a
Except
pretty
I
big
don't
deal,
care about
Kai.
BZ Power anymore. Hooray!
It's
I
apparently
never
the
did,
largest
hooray.
the largest Lego related transaction in history, or maybe it's the single most expensive transaction for a single piece. I'm not sure.
It's the latter of the two, the most expensive transaction for a single piece, because it is, with little doubt, the rarest Lego piece in existence. It's a one of its kind.
Huh.
Yeah.
There has never been one like it before, and there will likely not be one officially like it after.
It sold for $15,000.
How much do you think it weighs?
We analyzed that in the special, I think.
Let me see. Like, what's the density of platinum?
dense.
Basically,
say-
alright, so I'm looking at how much platinum costs. And
There we
apparently it would take 325
So you're gonna
grams.
retread exactly what we did in our special.
Kahi, here, hang on.
Basically,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll cut
To
this short.
summarize,
Kahi,
we're gonna summarize for other people who didn't listen to it. 'cause it was
$7,000.
several
That
months
is its worth. Bam, summarized. Leave it to people who can summarize.
Yeah,
Cough,
summarize.
movie coverage.
Leave it to people who can summarize.
Alright, let's move on.
Now you got
Apparently,
Good
this
job,
is also a
Master
big
Collector.
deal because he also owns the solid gold How, or one
Not
of them.
the,
So
just one of.
yeah,
It's actually, fun fact, I'm not sure, but I think that solid gold how belonged to Binkmeister, aka Kelly McKernan, aka the guy who operated the Bionicle websites.
aka
Oh.
former
I
BZP
just looked up
admin.
the solid gold how. That is really cool looking.
It's
Yeah.
gold how.
It's
Yeah.
It's gold.
It's beautiful.
it's
a
brilliant.
big
I
deal.
want one for myself, Mock.
You should marry it.
What the heck?
So anyway,
Okay. Now it's
yeah.
There's a picture of Liwa wearing it. Why? Why would they do that?
because they can't now anyway.
I'll just stop being unsettling.
Yeah, LJ, you're weird. Just stop.
So next up, we've got a little bit of possible controversy that's brewing, or it could be absolutely nothing. So, all the way back when the Nuremberg Toy Fair, back in, I believe it was late January, me, Var, LJ, and Viper ranted for like an hour about Chima Constraction sets. And it was pretty interesting talking about them. There's 7 of them, and they do some cool new stuff, and blah blah blah, they're fun sets. And then New York Toy Fair rolls around, and we're hoping to get them from better angles, only to find out they're missing from the Toy Fair event. They're not there at all.
Yeah.
They're
Really?
gone.
What?
And
I did not know
the
about
plot
this.
thickens even further because they're not mentioned in any of the press info for Lego. They don't give mention that they're even making them, and they're not in the catalogs either.
So I came to the conclusion they watched our video.
Yeah, but Viper said they watched the video and scrapped the designs. Nobody's really
I
sure
would
what's
laugh
going
if
on.
that's the case.
If this is just an error, or there's a crazy theory floating around that these aren't going to be released in the U.S., or they're going to be delayed in the U.S.
I don't care
And-
if they're released in the US or not. Like they
Yeah.
look pretty terrible anyway. Except for that cape on the what's it called?
Sir
That
Fangar.
$20 cake.
Yeah, I'd buy that set for just the cape. But, no. Basically, apparently on Eurobricks, people were saying, this is stupid, they never not get released in the US. And then Ankir mentioned that this is not the first time that would be happening. There were 3 lines back in the 90s that did not actually see release in the US, and one of them was called Dark Forest. One w-
Wait,
What?
Meso. I thought you said that they were released only in the US.
Oh yeah, not even just the U.S. I'm correct. I'm incorrect on my info in both ways. They were released in North America, and they were not released internationally. And the reason that's significant is because that shows Lego sets precedent for limited release kind of themes, and it would be very odd for them to do that with Chima, but it's not unheard of. And the 3 lines that this has happened to, one of them was called Dark Forest. One of them was called Aqua Raiders or Aqua Zone,
Oh,
and
I
another
remember
was
Aqua Raiders.
Unitron. And
It was space.
they're all very weird themes, but they do exist, and apparently some people like them. Unitron is loved by many, as I found out, and it has some okay looking sets, but it's very old. So people are flipping out about this. Especially since it's coming right after the delay of the Invasion from Below sets, which sparked a lot of rage. So it's very interesting what Lego's doing here.
I like how you make it sound like the worst thing ever is happening, and
I know,
it's just
right?
It's just the AFOL community. There was a lot of
no,
controversy and rage and riots spread in the streets over Lego.
I
listen,
gotta
we're not here to die.
overemphasize to try to equal out against the uncaringness from the rest of you.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll say this: 2 things to what Venom said. 1, we're not Oakland, California. We're not rioting in the streets yet.
Lol.
2, it definitely is not the AFOLs, because the AFOLs have a complete and total disregard for any Constraction theme. They consider Bionicle trash.
But I'm an
all
AFOL.
Constraction they pretty much despise. No, I know, but you're not part of the active quote-unquote AFOL
How do you know I'm
community.
not?
Because they
You
do
don't know what I
something to
do
you.
when I'm not on Skype. You
Vin
know me.
operates under an alternate account. Vin is Anki.
We have a good idea.
You don't know me.
Yeah, the AFOLs miss out on a lot when they disregard Constraction. Because I'm looking at like people's mocks using Slicer parts at the moment. Like, there's a lot of good stuff to be had.
Yeah. Slicers are fantastic. I recently came into the entire collection of them. And they are very nice.
You actually got them all? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are like, what, 20 of them? It's quite a bit, actually.
Well,
What the
not 20.
Only more like 12.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't get Robo Riders. Just robot
Yeah.
slicers.
Well, okay then. Ugh.
Also, people here were talking about it, and I don't know how this spiraled off into this conversation, but I feel like I'll share this bit as well, because it's relevant. It's not really relevant, but it's interesting nonetheless, and if I don't talk about it now, I'll forget about it. Apparently, DV posted on Eurobricks that
Here we go.
remember the rumor that all the Bionicle parts molds had been retired? Apparently that is true, but not in the way that Front said.
Boom,
They've been retired.
I'm gonna go back to my autopsy video and be like, I told you
They've been
all!
retired, which means buried in concrete under a warehouse. That's why the Rockshi Star had a new head and back mold instead of using just a new back mold.
I told you!
So,
I was right.
in a
I was
way,
right.
well, yeah, that's true, Var. You pretty much were right. In a way, hypothetically speaking, let's say they're under this concrete for a long time, and we have World War III, and it starts in Denmark. Well, let's say, hypothetically speaking, an atomic bomb may or may not have been paid for by Google, hits LEGO headquarters, which is actually where World War III starts. And the atomic explosion
Lego, the
incinerates.
bearer of World War III.
The atomic explosion incinerates all those parts buried in the concrete. Well, there you go. Then they get melted down, just like Var said in his autopsy.
Or they become like fossils, and in like a million years, future humans will go back and find Bionicle and worship him as God.
Just
Oh
like we
my
do
God.
right now.
Wait a second. Wait, in that case,
All
no,
hail
you do right
voodoo
now.
hands.
And then the cycle repeats.
Dahu, the god of fire, he
Oh.
brings us light.
We play
Wait,
out the
that's
story of
Takanuma.
Bionicle after the World Wars.
Fire brings light.
Oh, you're funny.
Wow.
I mean, it's gonna be in the future. They won't know. They'll think Takanuva and Tahu are the same person.
Lol.
Well, that's actually very interesting, Meso. We should please remember this.
Well, in the
Put a link
future,
to
we're
that.
going to be surrounded by
I will put the link in
swag
the description.
people,
Thank
the
you.
way that it's going right
By
now.
swag people. We're going to be surrounded by swag people.
Wow, just wow.
5 other things you say.
The Google
Yeah.
empire of swag people.
I don't know what to call them.
At times you say them.
Alright. So with that being said, we will keep you posted on the developing saga of the Chima Constraction figures. It could turn out to be nothing but just a Toy Fair mistake, which is quite likely. They've been known to make many mistakes.
I forgot we were actually talking about that.
Yeah. So now, there's just a couple more things for today's episode, and then we're gonna do the Frodobell talk to Vin. So,
No, we're not. I'm
prepare
leaving.
yourself for that. But before that, it's been like 3 weeks since we last did an episode, and stuff's happened in that time span. And LJ, You should give everybody an update on your life circumstances, because last we heard from you, your computer's graphics card had died. What's happened?
To say that the last 2 months have not been hectic would be an outright lie.
To say that I care would be one too.
These-
Wow!
I'm joking, I actually really want to hear this.
Frodobell's got the burdens.
I agree, though.
To say that the epic quest for Mangosteen had smooth animation would be an outright... Okay.
That actually is true.
Anyway.
I really hate the first episode. I need to go and redo it, but I'm too lazy.
Do it. Anyway, so the last 2 months have been horrible, and this is shown by the fact that recaps did not air on the 18th like they were supposed to. Earlier in January, numerous things befell me. Literally, I had a washing machine fall on my legs. Thankfully, that did not
What?
that didn't do any damage. It just kind of made my knee a little sore. But I'm
Took
fine.
a washing
Jesus
machine.
Christ, if a
So
washing
that's
machine landed on my legs...
He
I'd
used to
like,
be a Toa just like you. Then he took a washing machine to the knee.
Yes.
You see, first, to start the year off, the washing machine broke. So we had to get it fixed. And we were moving out of a truck, and it fell on my legs.
That's hilarious.
Well, that was fine. I get up, do all sorts of stuff, time passes. My graphics card in my computer, which me and my younger brother very recently built for me, it died. It got cooked. And I had to get it replaced. And so I order this much better graphics card from a seller on Amazon. Turns out the seller did not have it in stock, even though he said it was in stock. So I waited an additional 2 weeks before I finally got it from another seller at a higher price. So I finally get it in, everything's great. Well, amidst all of this, my cat, Beastie, gets sick, and we have to take him to the vet. Thankfully, he's fine now, but he still got sick, and that was not fun.
Okay.
What else happened? Oh, yeah. So then, after everything gets fixed, I get my computer back, everyone's happy, the cat is healthy, the dishwasher works, I can walk, I can talk, I can breathe. I start recording the recap reviews, and I start off, and I'll say this now, with the Metrutorn. I finish a review, I'm really happy with it, really pumped and excited, I'm getting it till I met you. The only source of lighting I have, my table, well, Speeder's table lamp, breaks. It breaks on one of the joints because the metal is so flimsy and weak. I literally went back to try and fix it. I broke the other joint with my bare hands on
how strong
accident.
you are.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, you have no idea. No, anyway. So, here we have a broken lamp, a cooked graphics card, a vet bill, a dishwasher, and a partridge in a pear
Sounds
tree.
like a joke.
Wow.
It sounds like what's been going on. That has been, in a nutshell, what has been happening.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, this has just been going on and on and on. Now, on the flip side, there have been good things too. The cat got better. The computer got fixed. I got a new lighting source, so the recaps will still be happening. I'm going to be working on a new series. And, as of recently, I still don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I may or may not be represented by a talent agency to do acting work, which is ironic if you know how I feel about showing my face.
Yup.
I said to
'Cause
LJ,
you're-
if I see you on like a advertisement, I hope it's the Amazing Raisin advert.
Yes.
Amazing
Amazing
raisins.
raisin.
Well,
You're
you
so
wouldn't
amazing, you have to
recognize
say
him though,
raisin and
because he
make
wouldn't
it-
be wearing his Miru. You should
Yeah.
put that
She
into
knows what I look
any
like.
advertisements. You should have to wear your
I'd
Miru.
recognize his voice.
I suppose, but
Yeah.
LJ,
It's
the masked
distinctive.
actor. The masker. I don't know.
He's like the Rey Mysterio
Are
of
you
acting.
kidding? But yeah, so that has been what's been going on. It's been a real roller coaster ride as of late. It's been quite hectic.
Yeah.
And in fact, today marks the 3-year anniversary of my moving out of the last state I lived in.
Dun,
Which
dun,
you're not going to
dun.
reveal
Been in
because
this
you're an
new
internet xenophobe.
What did you call me?
An internet xenophobe. It means a xenophobe is somebody who's afraid of foreigners or foreign things. Basically, you're afraid of people knowing who you are. That's what that means.
Or you could just call it internet.
Well, you
Or
wear a
you could
mask.
just being safe with personal information.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
you go out of your way
You see,
to leave no trace.
to say that I don't think that I'm being overly protective of my facial
Yeah, you
features and how I look and if people know me. I think people are just being stupid in how they're presenting themselves to the world.
Well, some of
shots
us-
fired! Shots fired!
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to go into this argument because it's just going to.
Yeah, you
sound-
better not come. This is my turn. You want to bring it here? Bring it on.
This is why we can't have nice things.
You're right.
Because LJ's alive.
This is why you can't have nice things.
Oh wait, I
So-
made your fan series. What more can you ask?
Don't start with me! Don't guilt trip me into this.
So LJ's
I'm not
been
trying to guilt
having
trip
some
you.
interesting last couple weeks. But I, however, have been having a great time.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm gonna chime this in real quick. Good stuff's
Totally
been
not
happening
bragging
to
or
me
anything.
in the vein of Lego set purchases. For I have bought a few things, which I feel like talking about briefly. 2 Hero Factory Invasion from Below sets, and a Mixel. So,
You wasted your money.
it is
Yeah.
not a waste. They're legit.
Mixels.
I got one Mixel, it's Volk, the Infernite, the red one for $5. And they're neat little things. Very weird looking, but I love the new joints. They are quite fantastic. And I'm gonna get a
well.
picture of Volk, throw him up on the screen right now. He's a very, very odd character. Now, a quick update while I'm mentioning Mixels. The TV show, which we thought was going to air, is actually not a TV show. Oh, well, that's a botched link. I do not actually believe it is a full TV show, but rather a series of shorts. I could be wrong. So, it's going to be a bit difficult to do a coverage about, like, 3-minute shorts. You know what I mean? We'll probably wait until they've all
AKA.
aired, watch them,
My.
and then talk about them.
Aww.
That's actually kind of cool looking.
Aw.
Actually, the set that you have,
Yeah,
Masanak.
it's
Still
not
a waste
bad.
of money, but it's
Honestly.
pretty
I like
cool.
those fingers. Those
Well,
the hand designs remind me of Slicers, actually. Like the foot designs on Slicers were often very similar to those.
I don't know how.
LJ, what were you saying? Yeah,
I don't even think we need to review Mixels, Meso. I mean, think about it.
but we
Yeah,
do.
dude.
They mix.
Why is that even a
and
priority?
they're ills.
Because it's new, it's topical. Believe it or not, this is actually popular. It's blowing up in the Lego community.
Not to mention, why is Lego only making Mixel shorts, a series of shorts? Why can't they make some jeans?
Wow.
Epic sigh. And on that note,
LJ, you should not be a voice actor and instead be a stand-up comedian because your jokes are just that great.
No.
Please, just die.
Unless it's
Exactly. I wanna
Mangosteen,
know.
then he'll be very grateful.
He'll
wanna know how I
end
got
up
these
having like
scars?
fruit
Okay,
fly,
moving
and he'll
on.
become the Joker and start killing people.
The Joker
I-
is different.
I was moving a washing machine out of a truck.
Except the Joker's entertaining and LJ's not.
But then I thought to myself,
No one cares.
this dishwasher,
Get over it.
the dishwasher makes me happy. So I carved a smile in the dishwasher, and I carved it in the honestly, though, one of these days, for Halloween, I need to dress up as something Marvel or DC related. Just one time.
you should. You should be
Should.
Thor or Spider-Man.
I don't know why I thought you were about to say I'm going to dress up as a girl.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say that. I just
People
Oh,
in
then
my
you should
mind,
be
I was just
Lasher.
prepared for you to say that.
Oh man, yeah, I should totally be die.
Make a Lasher costume.
Like, actually be Defiant, the superhero.
Wow. And then I got HF
Granted,
Invasion from below
actually-
sets, and they're pretty cool.
Can I say one quick thing before we get on to the final act of the show?
Why not?
Wait a second, what was I gonna say?
Oh,
I
God.
swear.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Wow.
Can we end the show now?
Hang on, it
Classic
was
LJ.
something related to... It was, wait, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, you guys remember Beckett, right?
No, who's that?
No.
Oh yeah, that
Don't.
person.
Don't remember her.
Did she come in like a wrecking ball?
Oh, I swear.
I
I will end you.
No, fuck,
He won't
no,
kill
not
you.
again.
He'll end
This
you.
is now immediately going to get flagged for copyright music.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, here's a quick
VAR.
update. So, on a past episode, I came in like a wrecking ball. VAR actually sang a bit of that song, and the video got flagged for content ID.
Yeah. That happened. That's
Yeah.
almost happened to me on a few videos that I have.
I should
Yeah.
just sing every single
Anyway,
song I can think of off the top of my head and just see how many flag IDs we get.
Oh, come
Would be funny.
LJ will kick
Anyway,
you off
LJ, what
the
about
call.
what about Beckett?
And then he'll kill you via the internet.
What about Beckett?
He wouldn't be able to find me because he never uses Google.
we were walking... I'll end you.
I
But
want
anyway,
to
we
hear
were
the
walking
story.
Me too. we were walking back. We were walking back to her house, and she was talking about how she was trying to get into this play. She wanted to audition, and I said, you know, I should audition for your school play. She mentioned, well, you're gonna have to actually be in the school, and I said, no, I just have to skin each and every one of your classmates, wear their skin, and impersonate them.
She then freaked out, ran away, and you've never heard from her since.
LJ, you're into
No,
masks.
she's-
Get like a prosthetic mask that looks like one of the students in the school. And
Yeah.
just go there. Oh god, I think it's time
so-
we get off this crazy
Yeah, I
train
think so too.
and send this episode in for its grand finale.
Wait.
Crazy train.
The return of the long dead segment.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Then it is time to return to what you do best.
eBay today!
No, the other thing he
Yeah,
does
I was
best.
going to say
LJ's
something
mom?
involving. Never
No,
mind.
the other thing.
I was gonna say
No,
something
the other
involving
thing.
the person. I was gonna say something involving the person that gave birth to you, but never mind. Anyway. 5, 4,
You killed it.
3, 2. Well, that's because I'm doing the stupid countdown. Anyway. Hello! Welcome, everybody, to TTV, aka Talk to Ben. And this is the point in the podcast where we have this stupid person talk to Ben. So,
Oi!
that is our stupid person right there.
Oi, Bay!
Farathorn
I object
WorldCrusher.
to being called a stupid person. This does not suit me.
Yeah, well, I object to the fan series you made for LJ, but anyway. So,
You know what? Fine, I'll include you too.
no, I
I'll
don't
show
want to
the
be
world how
included.
big of a jerk you are.
Oh my, this will be an
That-
interesting
that-
talk to Ben.
No, anyway, so, to kick this off officially, I'd just like to ask you what you've been up to lately.
Actually, there's an interesting story. So, for school, we had to do a create your own religion project, just to show how hard it is to actually make a religion.
Oh my god! That sounds like the greatest thing ever.
So,
Oh no.
you know what? So you know what I called it? Tumatheism.
Wow!
That's it!
Okay,
Get
you
out!
know,
Get out!
I
Get out right
have
now!
my own religion. I call it Kahiism. It is hands down the greatest religion you've ever heard of and or seen.
Really?
I wish my school did this kind of thing. Creating your own religion. That sounds like the greatest project ever. Do you know how much fun I would have with that? I would get like an A on every front.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately, is being a Tumatheist.
Oh, great.
Wow.
How about that, that their series that you're making for LJ? how much longer is that series going to run?
It's going to be a 10-episode series, and episode 7 will come out soon. I just need to voice it and edit it. I shot all the frames for it already. I know, I'm doing stop motion in backwards order. You're always supposed to voice it first, but yeah, I prefer to do frames first.
Nobody ever told me that it was voice first. But anyway.
Oh, well, sorry, but there's probably going to be, like, one person in the comments who, like, wants to murder me for doing that, because they actually do stop motion, and I know I'm doing it all wrong, but I don't really care.
Forget them. Anyway. But yeah. So only 10 episodes? Why 10?
Yeah, then I'm going to start another series involving a broader amount of characters.
LJ's epic quest against Google.
Oh my god.
Google really stole his Mangosteen.
It's going to revolve around my my self-mock a bit more, so that I can voice it without as much trouble. Oh yeah, my self-mock is British. I don't really know why, but he's just me, but British. Because I don't like being American.
So
Sucky
wait,
in the
you
job.
said that you were going to be voicing in the next episode. I noticed in the episodes of the LJ series that I have watched, there were like no voices at all.
There weren't, but there's going to be voices in the next few.
Why is this? Why did you change your mind?
Increased quality, I guess, because people are always complaining about how hard the subtitles are to read.
They are pretty hard to read. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, if you feel
Yeah,
like
I know.
like a black
I have
outline,
trouble, like,
text.
filming the right amount of frames, and there's never an exact script, so I think voicing it will be a lot easier.
Okay, and this is something I've pondered for like the longest time, ever since I first heard about this series. Why are you doing it, and what inspired you to do it?
Actually, there's a pretty long story behind this, but it's an interesting one. So, one day I was listening to the TTV Podcast, naturally, because that's what I do on Sunday afternoons, and, I had this idea, what if I did a stop-motion animated version? Like, I took the audio from the podcast, and then I just animated it with stop-motion, because I had a bunch of mocks of, like, actually, they weren't officially, or I didn't really think of, I just had a bunch of Matoran mocks lying around with no names, no anything. So then I was like, hey, I could choose a different one of these for each of the members of TTV. So I chose one for each, and that was a thing, and I shot this really terrible prototype stop motion that I will never upload because it's in like 0.7 frames per second. It's just so awful. It makes me want to like crawl in a hole and die. It's terrible. And so, yeah, I made that, and I was like, okay, this is not very good. I don't like it very much, but I like the general idea of it, because I didn't really want to have to make an hour and a half or whatever, however long each podcast goes, worth of stop motion. So I decided, okay, I'll just sum up a thing, and, yeah, ELJAY'S Quest for Mangosteen was born, and,
Wow.
yeah.
I like that idea about a stop-motion podcast, though.
Yeah, I might
That's-
actually animate segments from this one, because I'm in it.
Just make more accurate mocks. Give me a Paraka skull, and then I'll be satisfied.
Well,
I need my golden mirror.
Within the confines of the story, you're a Matoran who wishes he was a Skakdi.
I don't need to be a Scotty to have a skull.
Well,
That's fine.
well,
Yes,
I like
yes,
what
you
you're
do,
doing
Meso.
because
Me-
I like stop motion, and I've attempted it several times myself, most notably when I was younger. But those are things that to be left in history for obvious reasons. Anyway, for like the longest time, I've actually been planning on doing a stop motion based on the TTV crew and whatnot. I have the mocks all built and whatever, but never really got around to it because, well, lack of
Ben
time.
has quite an elaborate mock series.
Lack of time, lack of proper equipment, etc. And by equipment, I mean
Oh, yeah.
camera and whatever.
I'm sorry if
And-
you people weren't satisfied with your mocks as well, because I don't really
That's
have a
fine.
whole ton of parts, because I prefer to keep my old sets intact.
I actually
That's
tried to
fun.
build
So I
your
only have a
mods.
limited amount of parts.
I actually tried to build your iteration of LJ, but then
Oh yeah. You need parts from the Kikanalo to build him.
yeah, I
for
already
his
used
chest
like
plate.
a majority of those parts, so I was sad because I was gonna build him and like make up my own quest for Mangosteen in my private time.
Lol.
Anyway,
That sounds interesting.
anyway,
Greatest benefitter? Me.
so yeah, I like what you do though. I like that. I appreciate that you actually have the time to go through the trouble of making this for such an
I hardly do though. It'll get better as soon as summer rolls around, because then I'll have a bit more time on my hands. Plus, I've got like a spring break coming up soon, and Chroniclers Convergence hopefully will come out soon. So the trailer will be out, so I can actually release the episode.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm still doing that. Well, anyway, that's about it from me. Do you guys have any more questions to ask him?
Not really.
I
Other
do.
than the obvious.
Oh, what's the obvious?
Now, we'll get to that. Because it's pretty obvious. But I have one question.
Okay.
If I asked pretty please, would you kill off one of the characters?
I know where this is going, and if it's a
Yes?
cast,
Oh, thank goodness,
if-
man. I owe you one. Thank you so much.
no, if
Like,
it's a certain
that's great
cast
to hear.
member.
Kill Kahi.
Oh, Kahi. I did not expect it to go in that direction. I haven't even introduced Kahi.
I know you did not
I
expect
can't.
it going that direction. That's why I
can't
told
kill
you
him
to kill
until
Kahi
I've
instead.
introduced him.
Hey,
LJ.
I'm Carly.
Dude, you can just kill him
Good,
the
kill him
second
in every
you
single
do
episode he
introduce him.
appears.
You can just be like, oh hey, it's Kahi. Oh hey, and then he gets crushed by a meteor.
Yeah, like, oh hey, it's Kahi, and then like a bird like picks him up.
Boo.
Or
actually,
you could just take the path of irony and get him killed by a dog.
To go.
Oh!
Oh, yes, mauled by a dog, like Batman in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, get him
Wait, was
eaten
that
by
even
a
in the
dog.
recording, or was that before? Was that pre-call, or was that
was
pre-recording?
pre-call.
Because I don't think the audience will know what we're talking about.
Vin, ask your question. We need to end the show.
What? Whatever. Okay. Well, I
I
guess that's about it. I guess that's about it. So I just have one last question for you, as I ask all my guests. What are you gonna do next?
What? Oh, sorry. What?
What?
Never
Repeat
mind.
that.
Finish your question.
Okay. What are you gonna do next?
After I finish ELJAY'S Epic Quest for Mangosteen,
Sure.
or what?
Just in general, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to finish ELJAY'S Epic Quest for Mangosteen. I'm going to voice it. I'm going to get some of my friends to voice characters in it. It's going to be pretty good. There's a lot in store for you. There's going to be some plot twists, some amazing voice acting.
Oh,
I'm
sad.
joking, of course, because it won't actually be that good. But yeah. After that, I'm going to make another stop motion series, and yeah, it's pretty much my plans for the moment.
Yay.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, that was Talk to Vin.
Yep.
So, now I think it's time that we end this episode. Farathorn
Finally.
WorldCrusher, thank you for joining us today.
I'm so
Many
Anytime.
laughs were had, many discussions were also had. We look
Many
forward.
insults.
Yeah, many insults.
I'm
ELJAY'S.
sorry, I didn't actually mean any of those, so none of you should take that personally. I think you're all
Too
great
late.
fun.
I'm deeply offended.
Yeah, too late, dude. I'm already
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah, we
Of course you are. Of
I'm
course
already
you are.
filing a hate crime.
we
report.
didn't mean them either, right?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably
of
not.
course not.
Well, it depends. Any insults
wow,
towards
no.
you, I meant.
Yeah, pretty
Lol.
much.
Well, that is all for TTV episode 93. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to like, favorite, rate, comment, subscribe, share, follow, etc., etc. join the Steam group, which we'll do stuff with one day. Yeah.
Dota.
Yep.
Oh man,
Probably
Dota.
not.
If you have Dota, tell us.
Oh yeah,
They
I
do
guess,
not have
yeah.
Dota.
Yeah, we actually should.
If
do it.
anybody has Dota 2, we'll probably talk about this more on another video, but post in the comments if you have Dota 2.
I do not have Dota 2.
Okay.
Ugh.
Sad.
I do not have
Maybe-
Dota
maybe
You're
I
not
should
missing
get it.
out. Dota
I don't
sucks.
exactly have much cash though. I'm not.
It's free.
It's free.
Free
Oh, it is?
play, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it-
I'm gonna go get it then.
But dude, you're not
We
missing
will
out
see
on
you all
anything. It
next
sucks.
time on the next exciting episode of the TTV Podcast. Goodbye, my name is Messinac.
I'm Vardaran.
I figured you'd forget that. I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Viper.
I'm Farathorn WorldCrusher.
We'll see you all next time for the next episode. Goodbye, all.
See ya.
See you all next time on eBay today. Not right.
Bye.